Hi. For 2016, we decided to expand our line of rock bands, and that's because the interchangeable rock bands did so well in 2015. Very, very heavy reorders. Most people that picked them up did reorder them, especially if they took a selection. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the brand new ones, and then I'm also going to tell you about the secrets of how to make them successful so that when you do pick them up, you'll find that you'll do as well as my other customers. So the first new one is going to be a brand new contemporary leaf. We've done this with the Navy Onyx and a Sodalite on rawhide. Now the rawhide is a limited edition with the Sodalite, so pick it up quickly. We're finding one of our secrets is that on the interchangeable rock bands, that the semi-precious stone, which is my highest price rock bands, if you'll move over here to the patina one. Okay, here's a beautiful contemporary leaf done with our classic one-of-a-kind verdigris patina, done with light amazonite. And now we've added a light amazonite light color for spring. You're going to find that the semi-precious stones are the #1 reorder item, so make sure if your customer can afford it, they should retail at approximately $80, $85 to the really elaborate ones might go up to $110, depending on your markup. This would probably be between like $40 and $44 for us at the wholesale, and then you do your markup any way you want, of course. Then they're interchangeable. If you absolutely do not have a customer of that price point, you can always do the same item I'm going to show you now on the stone. This is done with black sardonyx, and this is your matte brass with black sardonyx 4mm interchangeable strap. Okay, so this piece, if you feel that $44 or $42 price point is a little too high for your customer, this piece would be considerably less. This is probably, it's probably more like 38 or 36. You just have to check out and see. The extra rawhide and chain tend to run around 16, whereas our semi-precious stone run about 22 to 24, depending upon how elaborate it is or how expensive the stones are. So in this case, you're probably down to at least, instead of 44, more like 38, 36. You'll have to check and see. But that interchangeability, if you have it in stock, which is not a huge investment, makes a huge difference with the kind of customer that we have now, which is immediate gratification customer, as you all well know. So this is done in your antique brass. So we've done the new leaf, contemporary leaf, in basically 2 finishes, but with 2 different stones. Here we did the blue onyx or navy onyx, and we did it with the black sardonyx, but in the patina we did it with the light amazonite. This is a very pretty spring look here. This, of course, is classic either way that you do it. Moving on to the next really exciting piece, we did super well with the patina version of the rose with garnet, and since garnet, merlot, whatever color you want to call it, did so well, we decided to do it in the classic gold, antique gold, with the garnet, and that's probably going to be like at least a $44, $46 cost. And it's, I'm sure it's going to do superbly. It becomes a high fashion item when you do a finish like that, as well as a handcrafted item. Everything, of course, is made in America, as always. And then moving on to our next brand new piece, we have a Dragonfly, which is designed by my son, Sheridan Starr. You all know him. He does a wonderful job. This has more of your punk rock look, with the gears, which actually was shown in, I forget which play, but it was in one of the plays that I saw this past year where they emphasized that look. One of the many Frank Lloyd Wright plays, or no, Frank Weber. What is it? Well, you know who I'm talking about, the one that does a billion plays on Broadway. And let's see, he did Les Miserables, and he did Cats, and I forget which play I saw it in, some 20th century, turn of the century play. Now, what we've done is a real fun look here, where we're doing genuine pearls on rawhide with the little charm dangle with the dangle pearl as well. This is really a fun piece. It's really elegant, and it probably is going to run a little bit more because you've got your charmed look. And just so you all know, you could take that very same piece and do it in this dogwood amethyst, which of course has been very, very popular. The garnet and the amethyst have been super popular. And so you have a different look completely. You have your gears, you have the punk look. And it's a really nice piece, and I'm sure it's anything with the dragonfly still doing super well. Hard to believe, but that's the case. Moving on to our next piece, we've got our classic floral, which would be your NAO 861 RB for rock band, and it's done with this absolutely exquisite special cut, a Swarovski, it's not a diamond cut, but it's an oval cut, and it's called Paradise Crystal, and we've done a whole band of the Paradise Crystal, just really beautiful, beautiful piece, and we did it with the charmed look as well, so I think that's going to be absolutely incredible. Of course, you could bring your price down a lot by doing the olive. I think we have antique olive rawhide, but again, only if you have a customer that's extremely price conscious, because this number one secret of this line to do it successfully is to make sure to do it with the semi-precious stones. And here we have another one of our dragonfly groups. It's done here with, instead of, let's see, last year we were doing it with the charoite and the amethyst, with the dogwood amethyst. Now we've done it in a little bit more classic natural look, which would be your jasper, and the Dakota jasper, which you'll notice is in a variety of colorations here. And this I'm sure is going to do super, because this is one of my most popular stones selections is the Dakota stones, which takes your browns, your greens, and your grays, puts it all together, and it's just really lovely. And moving on to the butterfly, we have our classic butterfly that we've been doing for a bit, but we haven't done it on a rock band, except for last time we were doing it on just the navy rawhide. We decided that we needed to bring it up a bit in selection and go with the stones as well. So you have your sodalite stones here, and you'll note that it's done on the rawhide. Again, the sodalite, anything with the rawhide and other than pearls, anything with the semi-precious stones with the wrapped rawhide is a limited edition. The reason being is that we can't always get this, and in most cases we can get it for a limited time and then they discontinue it, driving us completely crazy, but that's what they do, and what can we do about it? So moving on to the next piece, okay, we've got this little leaf on sort of a branch of a leaf, and this is done very well too, and this is being shown on your dogwood amethyst, one of the best-selling interchangeable rock bands, and it's done with amethyst and jade. So of course, again, you can change the whole look of it by switching off the amethyst and go with the faceted jade that we're currently doing. And you have a whole different look. Now, of course, if you do it that way, we would be sure to put a lighter color of jade to coordinate the whole piece and really bring it together. I think this is a little bit darker than I would necessarily do it to go with that. So, but I think that this is also, I would say, order it quickly, because this is another limited edition. I hope I have it still for the January show. I might end up being sold out before the January show, and then that selection will be gone. Now, moving on to another piece that's done quite well is this little double leaf. It's a classic leaf done with both light amazonite and jade. And here you could see the jade color's a bit lighter, and so it brings that together, and the patina looks great with it. And again, you can bring your price down on this one from whatever it is, 40 or 44, to around 38 or 36 with your rawhide. And we also do chain. Now, you're going to have a gold chain selection. You're going to have an antique silver selection for the antique silver pieces that we do, which are much lower price and shouldn't be overlooked for those that need to be very price conscious for their customer base. I think that's secret sauce number 4 or something. Just check on my email. And so that brings us to what we're doing as far as new nature things are concerned. And I just want to bring up the reality that we've expanded our spiritual line. I think last time you saw some Jewish symbols, and not to forget all our Christian friends and family. We've got the pink, beautiful pink done in a charmed effect, and this does always come with the rawhide. It's available in white, it's available in the black, and it's just really, really very feminine and beautiful with your lovely antique brass cross. And again, you're probably somewhere in the same price point, which is going to be on our better rock bands at somewhere between 40 and 46. Some of them could be, I think the one with the Paradise Crystal, where there's a whole band of crystal and a charm and the large stone. I think that one is probably going to be more like 52 cost or 55. But it's, it's really spectacular. And then the other thing I wanted to say about it is if you check your Neiman's stores, you'll see that things not even as nice as this with the semi-precious stones are selling for $200-300. So these are beyond reasonably priced for what they are, and that probably is another reason that they're selling so well. So you can order them now online by going to our regular www.ecg.com and then just clicking through to rock bands, and I think it's under EC2, so just go to new rock bands and you'll find all of these. Or you could just click on the item that's in this newsletter and that'll bring you to them as well. So we will be giving 10% off if you on just the new ones, which is what we usually do. You might have to buy them in a group. That decision isn't made yet. We haven't had our November corporate meeting, but we will. And at that point, the 10% off will make them extremely reasonable. And we do that at every show. There's also free shipping for people that order over 1,000. The next show is going to be Atlanta. We're in the same booth, Building 3, second floor, booth 210, the booth and a half again. After that will be at Acres, and we've included the Museum Store Association show, which will be in Atlanta this time as well, and that'll be in April. So January, you could see us in Atlanta. February, you could see us at Acres at Philly. And in April, you'll be able to see us in Atlanta at the Museum Store Association show. So we look forward to seeing all of you. And I just want to remind you, we will be offering that 10% off at those 3 shows only. Thank you. You have a great day.